Hi guys, everyone meet Seth. Today he is going to be teaching you how to change a UME. How exciting! Let's get started. First things first, you need to shut the water off by turning the valves clockwise just as Seth is doing here. You know it is off when the wheel can't be turned anymore. Now we are going to loosen all of the bolts off the head using a 3/4 inch socket. Remember folks, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Be sure to set the bolts aside as you will need to reuse them later. Now that the old one can easily be removed, take it out and briefly check to see if it is clean in there. If everything looks good, you may put the new meter in its position. Please ensure that the arrows are lined up. It is very important for them to be directly across from one another. Next, you can put the bolts back as they were, using the same method you did earlier, only this time instead of loosening them, you will tighten them. Now we have to turn our water back on. Luckily, all we have to do is turn the wheels counterclockwise as much as possible. Keeping your hands at 10 and 2 is optional. Just follow after Seth. He is the expert. Next, you should take a moment to see if there have been any leaks. In this case, the coast is clear, and we can move on. The next thing we have to do is wire up the ERT, and for this one, the existing ERT was already inside, so that is where our new one is going to go as well. Is this not the most fun thing ever? I love this. Alrighty, now let's get these wires in order. This specific set happens to have one black one red one, and one white one. Talk about a power trio. Literally. And this next part can be a little bit tricky, but don't worry because Seth will walk you through it all. He even has a little saying to help him remember which wires go together. The yellow and white one match because something about the Green Bay Packers, the black and gray ones go together because of the Raiders. And there's nothing special for the red and brown one, but it reminds me of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So just try and think of that every time you do this. Anyway, you guys are doing awesome. Keep up the good work. Once you have your 3 groups of 2, then you will use a small gel cap on each of the wire heads, just like Seth has done here. See how those wires look like a W? That's because everyone that changes a meter is also a W. Okay, boys and girls, now for the next step. Put the wiring in the ERT and gather the screws that you will need. Ours are right here in this little baggie, very convenient. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the perfect number of screws to attach the back of an ERT. This next part is pretty self-explanatory, but just watch Seth do his thing. Put the back in place, and only continue on if the arrow is visible and pointing up. Now for the best part. Take a deep breath, and then place the screws in their corresponding spots. It should be very aesthetic. Once placed, you may then tighten them in a timely manner just as Seth does here. Look at that flick of the wrist. Excellent stuff. Now voila, it is officially attached. We're almost done here. Take the sticker off the top of the ERT and place in on the official meter sticker. This is so you know what the meter number is, and so you can keep track of what ERT goes with what meter. Okay, enough dilly-dallying. Let's put this thing where it goes. Seth is just wrapping up the extra wire so the space can remain neat and tidy. It's optional but very helpful. That is Employee of the Month material. Anywho, get those zip ties ready. We need to get this ERT back to meter reading. All you have to do is secure it so it will effectively remain in place. Seth here is setting a perfect example. All that's left is to be sure the meter is dry when you're finished.